Says it will appeal the decision of the Western Cape High Court, which declared Section 11 of the Powers, Privileges and Immunities Act unconstitutional.
This despite the fact that the judgment is referred to the Constitutional Court for confirmation. Parliament's presiding officers Baleka, Mbete and Thandi Modise had used Section 11 to justify calling in police to remove MPs from the National Assembly.
The incident that sparked the legal challenge. Police officers are seen entering the National Assembly to forcibly remove EFF MPs at the request of presiding officers. At the time, Speaker Baleka Mbete and NCOP Chairperson Thandi Modise claimed Section 11 of the Act allowed them to call in the police. But the DA disagreed and took its objections to the Western Cape High Court. Judge Andre agreed with the party. He ruled that Section 11 of the Act violates the right to freedom of speech which MPs enjoy and is therefore unconstitutional and flawed.
That means that members of Parliament are immune from arrest at the order of the presiding officers. The Act will now be referred back to Parliament for correction, but in the meantime, members of Parliament are free to talk truth to power and to fulfill their constitutional responsibility to hold the executive to account.
The judgment will, however, only take effect if it's confirmed by the Constitutional Court, to which it will now be referred to automatically. Parliament has 12 months to rectify the affected parts of the law, but says it will appeal the judgment as a matter of principle.
We'll be lodging the papers as soon as possible. We are, of course, studying the judgment as we speak, and all our lawyers and officials are hard at work looking at measures and ways in which we can then appeal this particular judgment, because we would want to set the record straight.
The ANC in Parliament says despite today's judgment, it still believes that the presiding officers acted within their powers that night.
The case of the DA was just an academic exercise that's supposed to deal with the constitutional interpretation of the Section 11 of the Powers and Privileges Act. So the decision of the Speaker with regard to the sitting of the 12th of February remains valid and correct, and there is absolutely no order regarding that.
Meanwhile, in a separate ruling, the High Court has postponed an application by Gang, COPE and the UDM to August the 4th. The parties want to remove Baleka Mbete as Speaker of the National Assembly. However, the Constitution stipulates that the Speaker can only be removed by a majority vote of the National Assembly. Lukhanu Khalada, SABC News, Parliament.